If you're looking for the best plants for goldfish, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Biorb Easy Plant Sets. You may already have many living plants in your aquarium, but if you're introducing goldfish, or maybe you already have some, it's a good idea to stock up on artificial plants. Goldfish can decimate a tank's plant inhabitants, so sturdy and resilient artificial plants can help maintain the environment. Plus, they're hard to damage and will preserve your hard work. Although they don't provide nutrients, Biorb plant sets are vibrantly colored and brighten up the aquatic environment. The plants feature red leaves crafted from soft silk, ideal on your goldfish's delicate scales, ensuring they can swim around the plants without hurting themselves. The small bulbs at the base of these plants allow you to easily plant them in your substrate, keeping them upright and secure. A large pro to these silky artificial plants is that they're compatible in any tank. You can create the ideal environment for your goldfish without worrying about the survival of your plants in suboptimal conditions. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Greenpro Anubias Java Fern. One beautiful quality of the Anubias is its ability to flower underwater. This is brilliant for aquariums full of green leaves and plant growth, which may become a little dull for both your eyes and your tank's inhabitants. Although the Anubias is not a fast-growing aquarium plant for goldfish, it is a very long-living one. Therefore, you can create an underwater habitat that grows steadily for years, as goldfish can live for 5 to 10 years or even more. These plants and your fish could become best friends. To grow these plants well, there are a few basics to follow, including soft substrate and water that is a little warmer. Ideally, it should also be slightly acidic. Thanks to their tolerant natures, Anubias can survive in a beginner's aquarium, perfect for those of you just learning the basics. As an additional bonus, your Anubias will stick with you until you become an aquarium master. Anubias are not eaten by herbivorous species. However, your omnivorous goldfish may take a liking to it. Remember that it's not ideal to pick a lot of aquarium plants that goldfish eat, as your aquarium will end up looking very bare. The number 3 position is held by Duckweed Plants. Duckweed small, magical-looking oval leaves will float on the top of your aquarium, providing the perfect amount of shade for your goldfish. Lemna minor is a purely floating plant, with multiple leaves attached to one small stem, which hangs in the water. Goldfish eat anything in their way and love exploring the aquarium. This makes floating plants better options, as they'll be out mostly of the way of your goldfish. However, don't put it past your fish to nibble the roots. If you need a plant that will quickly provide shade for your goldfish, duckweed is an excellent choice, as it divides its method of reproduction fairly quickly, meaning you won't have a long time to wait for growth. An added plus is that any species in your aquarium can benefit from a little shade, including your other living plants, and duckweed provides this. A key reason why many aquarium enthusiasts love duckweed as one of the best plants for goldfish is its detoxification abilities. The plant actively helps keep your fish healthy and happy. Next at number 4, we have Greenpro Microsorum Pteropus Java Fern. Java Fern may have a slow to moderate growth rate, but it's the best plant to keep with your goldfish. Java Fern doesn't require substrate. In fact, if fully planted in substrate, its rhizomes will die, killing the plant. What this means for you is that you don't have to worry about trying to keep it planted. Java Fern likes to be attached to surfaces, so you can tie or glue it to items like rocks and driftwood. So it's a whole lot harder for your goldfish to yank it loose compared to planted plants. Most fish find Java Fern unappealing, so usually they won't eat it or tear it up. It reproduces via rhizome division and plantlet production. If your Java Fern looks like it has dots all over the leaves and the leaves begin to die off, this usually means that baby plants are developing. There are multiple varieties of Java Fern with different, interesting leaf shapes. If you're looking for the best plants for goldfish, you'll have found a winner in the Java Fern. The number 5 position is held by Aquatic Art's live Hornwort plant. Hornwort is an extremely popular aquatic plant, and it's easy to see why. This plant grows rapidly and can reach heights of up to 10 feet, making it ideal for large tanks and even ponds. It doesn't grow much above the waterline, though, so you're not going to end up with a 10-foot-tall plant in your living room. It has rough spines instead of leaves, and most fish find it unappealing and difficult to eat. It grows rapidly, so even if you do have goldfish that are dead set on eating it, it will likely grow back before they can eat all of it. Hornwort can be planted in substrate, but it's just as happy being allowed to float in the water. If you attempt to plant it and your goldfish keep uprooting it, then you can just let it float and it will continue to grow. You can propagate it simply by cutting the stems. Hornwort's biggest downside is that it can shed its spines, especially in low-light environments, which makes a big mess in your tank. The number 6 position is dominated by Greenpro Anubias Barteri Live Aquarium Plants. Anubias is another great pick for goldfish tanks because, as even though it grows slowly, it's unappetizing to most fish. It also doesn't require substrate, and, much like Java Fern, will die if its rhizome is fully planted. Anubias prefers to grow attached to surfaces, so you can glue or tie it to surfaces in your tank. It reproduces readily via rhizome division and grows well in low-light environments. It produces large, creeping root systems that grow more quickly than the plant itself and can take up a lot of space. There are multiple different varieties of Anubias that range from 2 to 4 inches tall to over a foot tall, so there's an Anubias variety for just about any tank size. This does mean that it's important for you to know what variety of Anubias you're purchasing to ensure it won't get too large for your tank. Moving on to the next at number 7 with the Aponogeton Ulvaceus bulb aquarium plant. If you're hoping for a plant that will grow faster than your goldfish can possibly eat it, look no further than Aponogeton plants. These plants can survive with very little light, but the better the lighting, the faster they'll grow. Some people even report these plants growing multiple inches overnight. As they age, the growth rate slows, but usually they are quite tall at this point. Usually, goldfish won't eat Aponogeton plants, but they are bulb plants, so the hardest part may be keeping the bulb planted long enough to fully root into the substrate. There are multiple varieties of Aponogeton available, and some are more finicky and difficult to grow than others. The popular Aponogeton Ulvaceus and Bolivianus varieties are more beginner-friendly than the more delicate Madagascar lace Aponogeton. The number 8 position is held by the son of Bacopa Monnieri Moneywort freshwater live aquarium plants. Also called Moneywort, Bacopa Monnieri is a great aquatic stem plant that can be grown immersed or fully submerged. It produces small, delicate flowers that bring a little color and interest to the tank. Most goldfish will leave Bacopa Monnieri alone, although some find the tender leaves tasty. It does require substrate for planting and is easy to uproot before the roots become fully established. It grows best in moderate to high lighting, but otherwise, Bacopa Monnieri doesn't require any special care outside of routine pruning. It's easy to propagate via stem cuttings and can be grown in tanks or ponds. Next at number 9, we have Costa Farm's Easy Care Devil's Ivy Golden Pothos Live Indoor Plant. If you're a keeper of houseplants, you probably recognize Pothos by name and wonder why it's on this list. Pothos is hardy, easy to grow, and loves water, making an unexpected but ideal plant for your goldfish tank. This plant cannot be fully submerged in your tank, but it will happily absorb nitrates from your tank and grow just as well as it would in a pot. Pothos vines can be allowed to hang, creep, or climb, so you have options with what to do with the vines as they grow. This is one of the best plants for absorbing nitrates, and even though your goldfish may nibble on the roots, they're likely to eat them or ruin the entire plant. Pothos plants require pruning to prevent leggy vines and do not like to be exposed to cool drafts. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by peace lily plant. Peace lilies are another terrestrial plant that can be grown with its roots in the water of your goldfish tank. Your goldfish are unlikely to damage the plant's roots to a point that the plant won't grow, and peace lilies are great at removing nitrates from your tank. These plants cannot be submerged and should not be kept in homes with cats and dogs, as the flowers can be highly toxic. The flowers and foliage are attractive, though most peace lilies don't exceed 24 inches in height, but some cultivars can reach up to 6 feet. While they can grow in low lighting, they grow most successfully in bright, indirect lighting. Peace lilies require high humidity and can be dramatic plants, making them best for intermediate growers. That's all for today. We upload fishing product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.